What's up everybody? Welcome to another Cooking Made Easy video. Today we are making oxtail. Before we get started, I would like to say thank you guys for watching my video and thank you to those who subscribe. Now let's get started. Let's present our ingredients. I have 2.5 pounds of oxtail. Don't worry about the lime and lemon you are seeing in there. This is for me to wash my meat. Please people, wash your meat. And I'm going to show you how I do mine. 1.5 cup of beans, 2.5 cup of rice, 15 ounces of coconut milk, 3 cups of water, 1 whole carrot, 1 medium yellow onion, 1 orange bell pepper, but I'm not using the whole bell pepper, 1 small green habanero, olive oil, salt, tomato sauce. And if you want to know my recipe, when I make my stew, I always use tomato sauce. And I also have le bongo seasoning, green seasoning. This one is organic. And today we are also using le bongo seasoning, mild meat seasoning. For these two seasoning, guys, the links are located below. Check my store so you can grab them. Okay, let's get started. Guys, one thing about me, when I'm working with meat, I need to have an empty counter space. I'm cooking rice, I'm cooking everything. Meat sometimes carry bacteria. We don't want that in our body. So I'm going to empty everything so I can start working on the meat. Now that I have a spacious area, first I'm going to wash my meat over the sink. And I'm going to use the lime and the lemon to rub it against the meat. And I have a little bit of vinegar in there. It's about 2 tablespoons. So now let's head over the sink so we can wash our meat. Okay guys, now I'm washing my meat with warm water, not hot, just warm water. After I'm done rubbing all the meat with lime and lemon and vinegar, I rinse them under water and put them in a clean bowl. Now that our pressure cooker is warming up real quick, we're going to be using the le bongo seasoning, mild seasoning. I'm doing mild, not too spicy today, so we can marinate our meat. Let's get started. This is our meat seasoning, guys, and I will be using 5 full tablespoons of this. Five full tablespoons. And this all-in-one seasoning, guys, you don't need to add extra salt or anything. They have everything in there. You just pour and start cooking. It's very easy and simple. This is how our meat looks, fully seasoning and marinated. Okay, our pressure cooker is hot. I'm adding about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now we are going to brown the oxtail, and for that I'll be using the pressure cooker so I can saute the meat for 10 minutes. And for 10 minutes, guys, let it get a nice color. It will not get burned, just let it get a nice color. When you see that they are getting to a brown color that you like, just flip them. But these are not ready to be flipped yet. As you can see, it's getting there, but they're not ready to be flipped. So let's give them some more time. Alright guys, now they are getting a nice color. We're just going to flip them to let the other side get brown as well. Now that we are done browning our meat, you can see that the nice color that they have. The remaining of the seasoning that I had in the bowl, I added about 1.5 cups of water. And now I'm going to add that in our pressure cooker and let everything cook for 45 minutes on high. Look at this, guys. It's not even done yet, and you can see the broth, a nice consistency. Now we are going to let it cook for 45 minutes on high in the pressure cooker. And guys, I will be adding carrots in my stew. It doesn't matter what size you cut your carrots. Just add a carrot in there. Okay guys, I just placed the lid on my pressure cooker. Now I'm going to let everything cook for 45 minutes, and I'll be putting it in the meat and stew function. Our meat are cooking in the pressure cooker. I know I'm not using poultry, any chicken or turkey, but I still clean my kitchen the same. I was using meat, so I'm going to bleach the sink a little bit, before I can make the rice. Now that I'm done cleaning my kitchen and I have everything ready, let's start making our rice. First, I'm going to move over the stove, turn it on medium heat so I can add my oil and start the rice. When it gets hot, I will be adding 2 tablespoons of oil, my green seasoning, my beans, my water, my salt, my habanero pepper. Bring it to a boil, add the rice, and let it cook. When the rice is added in there and I'm letting it cook, then I'll turn on my heat to low. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I am using olive oil, guys. You don't have to use olive oil. You can use whatever oil that you have. And let it get hot before we add our green seasoning. When my oil is hot, I will be adding 5 tablespoons of the organic green seasoning. You can find the link for this seasoning in the description below. This is organic and it has salt in it and it's fully compact. It is an all-in-one seasoning. Now I'm going to add 5 tablespoons on the pot. Now that I added my green seasoning, while the green seasoning is being sauteed in the hot oil, I'm going to add my 1.5 cup of beans. And give it a quick stir and let everything saute for about 2 minutes. I added 5 tablespoons of seasoning, guys, because I'm doing 2 cups of rice. But if you want, you can do 3 tablespoons, you can do 4 tablespoons. That's if you want to add any additional thing, which you don't need to, because this seasoning already has everything in it. So I want full flavor, packed with flavor. I added 5 tablespoons. After our beans and our seasoning sauteed for about 2 to 3 minutes, I will be adding coconut milk. Give it a quick stir as well. After I added coconut milk, I will be adding 2.5 cups of water. I will be adding my green habanero in there, whatever water was left for the beans. I will be giving it a quick taste to see if I like the salt in there. And I will be adding half of tablespoon of salt. Only half tablespoon, guys. We don't need to add more salt. And just cover it and let it boil. Alright, guys, now that our water is boiling, we are going to add our rice. Put the lid back on and reduce the heat to low. Okay, guys, our rice are cooking. So that the rice doesn't burn in the bottom, I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And be careful so that you don't pop your habanero pepper, because you don't want your rice to be spicy. Our rice is almost ready. Now I'm going to put the lid back on and let it cook for an additional 10 minutes on very low heat. Okay, guys, now that our oxtail is almost ready, I'm just going to cut the onion, and I'm going to cut the onion into round shape. And now I'm going to do the same thing for my bell pepper. I'm not using the whole bell pepper, I'm only going to use half. Guys, it's been 45 minutes, my stew is ready. I'm just going to release the pressure. And now I'm going to open the pressure cooker. Look at this, guys, oxtail. And yes, it is cooked, falling off the bone. Look at that, easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer everything from this pot and the pan that's over the stove. And guys, no, I'm not adding any more oil because there's already oil in the stew. And now I'm going to add my tomato sauce. continue stirring. And if you see, guys, that my stew has extra water, I did that on purpose because I'm going to also use this as my meal prep. And now I'm going to add the onion and the bell pepper and reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for 5 minutes. I'm adding my onions. Now I'm going to add my bell pepper. And give it a quick stir. I reduced my heat to low and now we're going to let it simmer for 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes, not too long, because we don't want our pepper and the onion to overcook and be saggy in the sauce. Alright guys, now that our oxtail is ready, this is what our stew looks like. Beautiful. And this is our rice. Let's start plating. And the rice looks so good and fluffy. And I use jasmine rice for this recipe, but you guys can use whatever rice you like. Alright guys, our family dinner is ready. Look at our rice. And we have the oxtail. And this stew is packed with flavor. It is so good. And the coconut rice is to die for. Thank you for sticking with me until the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. And please remember, comment below, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.